Hey guys, it's Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys may know, I spent this last semester in Barcelona and I am a current rising junior at Emerson College in Boston. And this past semester, my sophomore second spring semester, I spent abroad in Barcelona. As you guys can see in the title, today I'm doing more of just a sit down, chat with me kind of video. I have made a ton of vlogs relating to my experience in my life in Barcelona as a study abroad student, especially during COVID. And so today in this video, I'm filming a what I wish I knew before college. Crazy as it sounds, but I am an upperclassman now. And so I'm going to be telling you guys what I wish I knew before college from an upperclassman and specifically study abroad. This semester was a huge part of my college experience, and I will be discussing how I allocated my money during study abroad and as just a regular college student, as well as making friends and bonds with people even through COVID and the pandemic, the classes and the school, and finally my overall experience with study abroad. So if you have any more questions relating to study abroad or college, but without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So as I said, the first thing that I will be talking about is how I allocated my money during study abroad and just as a regular college student. When choosing my study abroad destination, I found a place that I visited before and I absolutely fell in love with the city. But I also did some research before I chose my program, and I knew that Barcelona was the best destination for me because it was for students that are on a budget. Barcelona is one of the many cities in Europe that are for students on a budget. Costs are relatively low compared to other European cities, and so Barcelona was one of the perfect cities for me because I got to do things without having to worry a lot about funds and a lot about breaking the bank every time I went out to eat with friends or just an experience that I wanted to do. It didn't really hurt my bank account as much as other European cities or other cities around the world would. I also tried to mentally plan out the funds I needed for every single week. So we usually had a designated grocery shopping day, and I spent about 15 to 20 euros a week on grocery shopping, and I had a roommate that we split the grocery costs in half. So I'd say groceries per week is about 30 to 35 euros a week for us. A tip that I would have for you is just to have like an app or just put it in your notes app. Just try to manage your funds in a smart way. So for me, I spent my money mostly on food. I went out to eat a lot just because I knew that the cuisine in Barcelona was something that I was really looking forward to, like paella and tapas and sangria, and I was just really focused on like trying to go out to eat with friends, building the bond with the culture but also with friends during study abroad. And a tip that I have for you guys, if you are just a regular college student or just a study abroad student, I would suggest signing up for as many student discount apps as possible. The one that our school gave us was StudentFi, and I know there's uni days, there's a ton of student apps for you guys to get discounts on experiences like tours, day trips. We went to Valencia through a day trip on StudentFi, and a lot of restaurants collaborate with these companies to do this as well. And so all of the touristy things and experiences that I got to do with my friends usually got it at a discounted price. Always make sure you're finding the lowest possible price. I know this is like a given, but like please guys, just use as many student codes and discounts as possible. So with also experiences and food, I tried to allocate money towards physical items, and so this is like physical gifts that I can keep forever or gifts that I can give others. So with this said, I actually have a really cool discount and code for you guys. In this video, I'm collaborating with a brand called Ana Luisa. And if you don't know already, this brand is a sustainable, fair-priced jewelry brand that I absolutely adore. I love their mission completely. I have a discounted code for you guys if you guys want to save some money on some jewelry. I'm wearing the Rocks Small, and I'll put the link for these ones in the description, but you guys really, you need to go check out their website. I will leave my 10% off discount code in the description if you guys want to use it. The main reason I chose to collaborate with Ana Luisa, they offset 100% of their carbon emissions. Their sustainable mission is one of the best. I'm trying to allocate my money towards brands that are more sustainable, and in Barcelona, I've realized that a lot of things are way more sustainable than the United States, which is crazy to say, but it kind of opened my eyes to that, and I'm very grateful that they were able to send me some of their pieces. I will show you guys all of the ones that I got and link them in the description, but they also source all of their materials they use for their jewelry with raw materials, and the jewelry starts at $39. So Ana Luisa is great for students looking to allocate their money towards sustainable brands while not breaking the bank. If you guys want to get yourself some jewelry or for a loved one, my discount code is Caitlin10, so use that at the checkout when you're shopping online. Along with allocating your money for study abroad and just as a college student, another really big thing that I want to mention, that basically of all of the things that I've learned, what I wish I knew or what I wish I had known before going into college or study abroad was how to make friends. Making friends in high school is completely different than making friends in college. Study abroad was basically like a whole fresh start again. I had to meet new friends and I had to start over. Even my roommate Camila, we didn't even know each other before we came to Barcelona, and we go to the same school. So study abroad was like a completely fresh start for me. I definitely wish I knew that study abroad was kind of just like making new friends and just experiencing a whole different thing. I get a lot of questions about making friends during study abroad or at college during the age of COVID. It's definitely hard at first because the masks and distancing was a really hard part of it, because we were all coming from different places of the world, so we all had a different perception of what COVID and this pandemic was like. Definitely, I want to stress this completely. If you want to make friends and if you want to build those bonds and relationships, I'm pretty sure that I did during my experience, you have to put yourself out there. You can't wait for others to reach out. You have to make the initiative and make the first move if you want to build those relationships, and you have to start at the beginning. One of the things that I think really built the foundation with my friends during study abroad was that I started early and I took the initiative at the beginning to ask people if they wanted to hang out. I went into my study abroad in Spain, in Barcelona, without really knowing any Spanish. I learned French in high school and I didn't really learn any Spanish, and I thought that was going to be really hard for me. But then I knew that everyone was speaking in English, so it made me feel more comfortable to reach out for people. I think another thing I really wish I knew before college and before study abroad was choosing classes. Try to do as much research before as possible. Before even my sophomore year or freshman year, I did as much research as possible because I wanted to make sure that I am getting my credits correctly and just my overall classes, I'm doing everything right. My tip for you guys, if you're planning on doing study abroad, is to do as much research as possible before choosing your program that you're going to be in. Don't let the credit system or general electives throw you off for the experience, because personally, for me, I think the experience overtook the classes that I was taking this semester. I think I learned more from the overall experience than the individual classes. I think just the overall experience with the academics, plus being in a new city, making new friends, learning how to allocate your money, living abroad, that entire experience, I think, outweighs what I'm really learning this semester. Lastly, I just want to mention that in my experience in Barcelona, the professors at my uni were completely different than the United States, and it took me a little getting used to compared to what I was used to at Emerson. So this could also go along with just college classes in general, in the sense where, like, look up Rate My Professor before you see your professor or you sign up for a class, because ultimately the professor is what makes the class, in my opinion. I lastly just want to mention my overall experience as a sophomore at Emerson College and as a study abroad student at Blanquerna University in Barcelona, Spain. I'm not completely done with my study abroad experience. As I'm filming this, I am in Paris right now, which is kind of crazy. The one thing that I want to mention for this experience is that only you can deter your experience. You can do as little or as much as you want. It's just you're the one in control of your experience, whether you want to make friends or travel around the continent that you're in. You're the one that makes the experience, and I just want to preface that because there is a huge stigma around study abroad and how your experience is going to be the same and glorious experience as others, but it's not. Your experience is your experience, and you're gonna have ups and downs, and you're gonna want to go home some of the time, and don't let anyone else's perception of this ruin yours. At first I was really nervous about the language barrier, and again, like I said, I'm reiterating this, I did not know Spanish or really anything about the Spanish language before I came to Barcelona, and I thought this was going to be detrimental to my experience, but it really wasn't. And I had friends that spoke fluently, and they were able to teach me, and they were able to guide me along this journey. And just living in Barcelona, you're able to immerse yourself into the culture, and don't let the language barrier deter your experience. Also, the people that I surrounded myself with, I think really just made my experience. There were a couple of times where I just felt really homesick, but I knew that I had people with me and my friends from back home that really like stuck behind me and made me to overcome this homesickness or to overcome any feeling of wanting to go home. And I think lastly, I just want to mention that I do not regret going during COVID at all. I think that was one of the deciding factors of coming here during this time, because I had uncertainty in every single aspect. I didn't know if I was able to travel around Europe. Everything was just uncertain. I honestly just don't regret coming. I think this is what made my sophomore year, because I think I had the sophomore slump in the first semester, but I think this semester really pushed it forward. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video again. If you guys want to use my discount code for Ana Luisa jewelry, it's Caitlin10, so I will put that in the description and all of the products that I have gotten, and I've just been wearing them literally everywhere. I brought them to my Europe trip. I'm in Paris right now. Perfect gift for yourself or for a loved one. It's just amazing. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!